Okay, let's get it on the record. Super Bowl prediction time. Um, you know, I don't know. I haven't. It doesn't seem like there's much buzz about the Super Bowl, but maybe I just not looking in the right places. So I don't really know what the. I know the Rams are favored, but I don't really know what the kind of the buzz is about what's going to happen. Um, when 2 weeks ago when this was set, my first thought was, okay, the Rams are going to win. They're the better team. I've gone the other way. Like I've just completely bought into this belief that that essentially um, Joe Burrow is the new Tom Brady because of the way just stuff works out for him. Whether or not he's really the driving force behind it or not. Um, and maybe this is just me getting tricked by like how the media covers it because the media just all of the AFC Championship game was all about Burrow. There was nothing about how their defense spent 2+ quarters turning Patrick Mahomes into a bum. You know, obviously things going his way, and in other games like there's the weird like parallels with like the first Brady title run where it was beating the Raiders in a game largely remembered for a controversial call. Um, then beating the number one seed on the road, um, because that team just self-destructed, Titans, and you know, and then um, and then beating obviously the the big favorite at that point in the Chiefs, and of course now they're playing the Rams, which was also which was also the team that Brady played the first time. So it's spooky, but I really just think you know on paper, yeah, you pick the Rams. Like I think the Rams are the more complete team. I think they are probably the better team. Um, I don't think they came out of the better conference. I think the AFC was a little better, but um, you know, could go either way about who beat better teams in the playoffs. I mean, the most impressive and I guess obviously the biggest upset was the Bengals winning in Kansas City. Um, but I think that's comparable. I think the quarterbacks are comparable. You know, like like I said, the Burrow hype is getting a little annoying, but I think he's legit. Like I say, he's Brady. I think he's better certainly at this point in his career than Brady was. I think he had more talent. That doesn't mean he's going to win 7 rings, but you know, I think he's got. I think he's a better player for this run than Brady was in his first run. Um, and again, a guy for the 49ers catches a punt interception, we might not be talking about the Rams in this Super Bowl. But I think on paper they're the team. Like they're the team. I mean, I don't know if the home field advantage means anything because it's not really a home game. I think the Bengals are technically the home team in this. But like there's a lot of like just on paper stuff that favors the Rams, but again, it just doesn't seem like on paper matters that much. We've seen a lot of teams lose in these playoffs that were better on paper. I mean, we have a pair of 4 seeds in the Super Bowl, which has never happened before. You know, so I don't think this matters. I just think the match and then the matchup that everyone talk about be the Rams pass rush, Aaron Donald against that um, Bengal line that of course got him Burrow sacked 9 times in Tennessee, and you know, but and these are all valid reasons. Every all these reasons are valid to pick the Rams, but I'm picking the Bengals. I just think the Bengals are going to win this game. Um, I got it like 27-24. I think it'll be close. I certainly would be shocked if this game was a blowout in either direction. I'd really, really be shocked if this is a blowout. I don't know if it'll necessarily be like one of the all-time Super Bowls, but I would be really shocked if this is a blowout because I don't see the separation there. Um, I have seen some people picking like the Rams to win big. I just don't see it. I don't think it's going to happen that way. I would say, probably it's more likely if it is a blowout that it's the Rams, but like I just don't see, I just don't see that happening. I just think, you know, Burrow's got the horseshoe, man. And it's not even like to like put him down as a player because I think he's really good, but he's just got this horseshoe thing up his ass in these playoffs. Like, and Stafford does too to a degree. I mean, fuck. Like I said, guy doesn't drop a punt interception, Rams might not be in the Super Bowl. There were a couple things if that Tampa Bay game goes a different way. You know, um, but you know, it just seems like almost like a team of destiny thing for the Bengals. Of course, from the Viking point of view, which is usually what I talk about, everyone's gonna be watching the Kevin O'Connell thing. There's this dumb rumor out. I just saw it today. I don't know where the hell this is coming from. That Sean McVay might retire if they win the Super Bowl. Give me a fucking break. That guy's younger than me by several years. I think he ain't gonna fucking retire if they win the Super Bowl. What are you talking about? I think he'd be the youngest head coach to win a Super Bowl. I think maybe either one of them could be because I think Taylor's just a couple years older. Um, I don't recall. There were a couple other times where like young coaches won a Super Bowl. I know Tomlin was still pretty young. Madden was young when he won his. Um, but yeah, I think that's just complete nonsense. It's just like a fake story that gets thrown out there to create more hype for the Super Bowl. Just like we'll see fake stories throughout the off season. Um, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna any chance. But of course, people are like, "Oh God, if that happens, then Kevin O'Connell's gonna stay with the Rams and he's gonna leave the Vikings in the lurch." Like that's not gonna fucking happen. Why would they? How do we know they would even be promoting O'Connell? They've got Raheem Morris sitting there. They can just promote him. This the defeatist shit with Vikings fans sometimes is just too much. Um, but I mean, we'll all be as Vikings fans watching how the Rams offense does and of course, if the Rams offense struggles or has a bad game or Stafford has a bad game, everybody's gonna come out of the woodworks to blast the Vikings. How could you hire Kevin O'Connell? Look what happened in the Super Bowl. And of course, that'll even be used as a thing. If they lose, like, well, O'Connell was distracted. It's gonna be just all that crap. But I'll be whatever the Rams do, is not going to impact or it shouldn't impact the response to Kevin O'Connell coming to the Vikings because it's not about one game. It's about a body of work, and his body of work has been very good, very promising. So, and I think he will come to the Vikings as a Super Bowl runner-up, but maybe that'll just give him that extra little motivation to get it done here. But I think it'll be close. Yeah, I think it'll come down to late in the fourth quarter, just like everyone wants. And I think the horseshoe. I think I'm not going to say the Burrow bullshit yet, like I did with the Brady bullshit, but I mean it's veering that way. It's been spooky with some of the stuff that's gone on, and yeah. So I think ultimately they'll pull it out because I think probably if someone's going to make the key turnover or something like that, it's probably more likely that Stafford's going to be the guy to do it. And then that'll of course be like, oh, so you can't win a Super Bowl with a quarterback like that because the narratives, I just can't stand it. I'm kind of ready for the season to just be done here and get going on this crazy off season that we got. O'Connell we're probably just a day or two away from O'Connell getting introduced. I don't know if it'd be the next day. I mean, I don't think they're gonna play a Super Bowl at night and then fly him out here the next day to do a press conference. It'll probably be more like Tuesday, but yeah, I think as far as rooting interest, I'm not really rooting that strong either way. I probably prefer the Rams to win just because I'm always I'm always a little more of like want someone to kind of pay their dues a little bit. When it's not a Minnesota team. Minnesota teams can win whenever they want. Of course, we never do. But I'm generally more in favor of like a team, a franchise paying their dues a little bit. Rams have done that. Bengals are Bengals are new. They're gonna have a lot of shots at this. Um, and I'm just I'm generally very tired of franchises and markets that haven't won either ever or in a long, long time winning. And I mean, that does apply to the Rams too, because, the Rams won when they were in St. Louis. The LA Rams have never won a Super Bowl. And LA has not won a Super Bowl since the Raiders in '83. But, in general, I'm just, I'm bored with the whole, oh, good, so good. How good for these long suffering fans in this town, or this fans of this team. Like, I want that to be us. I want that to be Minnesota team. I'm tired of this shit. But maybe O'Connell will get us there. But first, he's got to win the Super Bowl. I don't think he's going to. I think he's going up against the team of destiny. I think the Bengals are the team of destiny, and I think they are going to win the Super Bowl, and that will be that. And then we'll get on with all the Viking off-season stuff.